Very good clips. Give it up for very good clips. Go subscribe to them.
My chain. My chain. My chain. My chain. Don't you like my chain?
You got to see this. I'm honored that he follows me back. This guy said, I believe this was the account that was pretending to be his girlfriend, and he changed the name to this. Because I saw they joined in June 2024. Several months ago, we cast Dan Hentschel in our upcoming corporate thriller short film Bandwidth 2025. On set, he was verbally and emotionally abusive to myself and many other crew members. Keep in mind, these clips are his behavior when he knew he was being filmed. So Dan Hentschel is like, honestly, he's the one guy taking the meme. I'm going to talk about this with the risk of sounding kind of cringe, but he's like taking viral meme fake news moments to like another level where he blends reality and fiction. It's almost like it's like hyper surreal memes. I've seen a lot of comics start to rip this stuff off where they post pictures of themselves on X or Instagram when something happens, and they, like, let's say there was a viral moment where like a guy gets stung by a bunch of bees, then a comic will Photoshop themselves to make it look like they were stung, and they're like, well, no one cared that I got stung by a bunch of bees today too, and they post a selfie, and that'll get like, I don't know, like a couple thousand retweets. But Dan Hentschel really was the guy who pioneered this stuff, and now people are ripping him off. But he's still the master of this stuff. This is what he posted today. And even for a moment, it got me. I was like, I think this might be real. Is Dan really an insane person? Because I'm going to play you one of his sketches. It looks like he's probably going to prison.
Why don't you get in here and show me how the fuck you would act if you were the CEO of a company and somebody stole your motherboard or whatever the hell it is, and you're in the middle of a divorce? Why don't you come sit in the car and show me how you would do it? Because I've never been in that situation. So how am I supposed to know how to act in a situation I've never been in? He has no idea what the hell he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Just see what happens. That seems to be your directing style, right? Let's just see what happens. Let's just turn the camera on and see what happens. Can I at least? I just want to turn. You can't hear it if I turn the AC on two notches. I just have it on 2 notches. If your editor can hear this air conditioning on the loft, I will give him $1,000. I will give your editor $1,000 if you can hear this 2 notches of air conditioning on the fucking loft mic.
The pettiness of it is so good. So if you guys don't know this is speaking of shootings. Dan Hentschel. Here we go. Shooting. School shooter. I thought this was an amazing. Like, it's not. They're not even really sketches too. It's all. I don't really know what to call them. They're just great pieces of like comedy media that he's doing. It's. I'll just go to his Twitter. I wanted to ask him before to hang out because he followed me. This is Dan at Dan G Hentschel. So because of this sketch he posted, he flew home to Maryland. It says on Saturday, June 4th, this is from the police department in the Bel Air Police in Bel Air, Maryland. On Saturday, June 4th, 2025, the Bel Air Police Department received information from John Carroll School administrative staff relating to a disturbing social media video. The video was created by what appears to be former student Daniel George Hentschel, Los Angeles, California. In the video, Hentschel provides commentary and threatening gestures about how he was almost a school shooter in 2013. So they were looking for him, and he said he needed a lawyer. He posted this picture of him, I guess. These are handcuffs. You never know. There's a great old Norm interview where he's talking about how much he loves Bob Newhart because Bob Newhart, in Norm's mind, was superior to guys like Richard Pryor, who he thought were, he loved Richard Pryor and thought he was brilliant. But in a way, Bob Newhart was like a cartoon character. Like Norm said, who's funnier than like Bugs Bunny? A guy like Bob Newhart was always in the joke. Like you didn't really know anything about Bob, as opposed to Richard Pryor was the part of the comedy himself, his thoughts and his life and his perspective and stuff. This was just, this is what Norm said about it. There's an old podcast from like 2011 he did with a guy in Canada. It's 2 hours. It's not funny at all. And he just talks about how he's going to the doctor all the time because he is always testing himself for disease. And his son Dylan has moved out of the house and he's really sad all the time. And he keeps talking about how he believes in God now. And he talks about literature a lot, how he's reading constantly. But that was one of the most insightful things I've heard a comedian say about comedy is Norm saying the brilliance of Bob Newhart. Now, I'm not like a diehard Bob Newhart fan, but I kind of get what he's saying. Dan Hentschel, you don't know what's real and what's not. It seems that nothing's real, everything's real. I'll show you guys now. This is the sketch he did. Man, this is a really good sketch.
I was almost a school shooter. 13 years ago, I brought an AK-47 to my sophomore year homecoming game. And I've spent thousands of dollars on therapy to figure out why. I had friends. I had a girlfriend.
Those eyes.
Maybe that's why I never took it out of the trunk. Maybe I just needed to think about it. Maybe I was sick of everybody telling me what to do, where to go, what to think. That's what my therapist says, at least. But I don't know. I think I just thought it'd be fun.
When he shoots. When he shoots at the end, I didn't even realize there was a gunshot. This got 13 million views just on X. People were so bad about this. And obviously it's ripping off the classic, like, I don't know, people do this kind of format on TikTok all the time where it's like a voiceover and they're like, you're like just some sort of like therapy influencer. He had a baby for a while. You just post pictures with this baby. He hasn't been making any sketches. I do wonder if he's been arrested, but 3 hours ago he posted that fake director video, so I'm not really sure. You can never know. You can never know what's sincere and what's not.
All deboinked. Boink!
He looks so funny bald, too. It's like that Caleb Pitts guy from Pot About List. It's a really funny look. He makes fake Twitter accounts where he posts videos of himself doing stuff in public to make himself go viral, but he's running the fake Twitter account. People, even his diehard fans still fall for his shit. He's good, man. He's really like the real deal. It's really top-notch stuff. I'll show you guys. If you don't believe me after that school shooting one. Ben, get Jace on the stream, not Devin. Hey, Ben, that's kind of like your fight with Devin. Wait, what are you talking about? What's my fight with Devin? What's going on? What are you guys talking about?
How to test your partner to see if they're cheating. Buy a used water bottle from Goodwill that could theoretically belong to anyone.
I haven't seen any of this stuff where he has hair. I haven't seen. I'll be honest. I haven't seen any of that stuff. I started watching when he was doing the priest stuff and the therapy shit. Like, it must be like a year and a half ago or something. And I watch his YouTube videos sometimes, and I'm like, this guy. I wonder what normal people do think about Dan Hentschel. Like, just coming across him in the wild.
Here's how to gaslight your partner into loving you more. Start surprising them with flowers every week. Do this for about 3 weeks. On the 4th week, still get the flowers, but don't give them to your partner. Instead, put them in the trash. Don't do this in front of your partner. Just let them discover it. When they see the flowers in the trash, they'll think they did something wrong, but they won't know what it was. This will make them try to be a better partner for you and earn your love back. Here's how to gaslight your partner into loving you more.
He pretends to be a priest.
Hold still.
And again, part of the joke, I mean, is that you are in on it. You know he's not actually... But people that are coming across him in the algorithm are completely...
Hold still.
Yeah. So he posts like stuff like this that's very much like, you know, liberal coastal city, performative trauma response to ordinary events, which everybody hates. But this pisses people off. You would think no one would fall for this, but they absolutely do. It's so good. Man. Anyway. I wanted to talk about that because I just saw it drop. I've been waiting for a development since his school announced they were gonna the police announced they were looking for him. Should I message him and ask him if everything's okay? Shut the fuck up, Very Good Clips. Keep cutting clips. You're gonna be printing money soon. Go subscribe to them.